night that we met was amazing, but it feels like your love has gone missing. Well, nah, 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 show me I'm the one you want, 'cause it's everything or nothing. If you wanna be with me, I need your all and nothing less than. I can't go on in between, 'cause it's everything or nothing. taking it slow. I can't read your mind. Sometimes I feel like I'm here alone.
careless in the unknown. Be warned, you might think there's no one else around, but someone's always watching. Before you go too far, no one's gonna clean up your mess each Saturday night. It's all up to you tonight. Don't tell me you won't get faded, 'cause it's all the same old game every Saturday night. You could turn it all around in one day, knowing all the answers before telling me you'll never let me down. I keep on believing, and now you wanna bring me down again. I'm still your friend, we're on the same side, but you know it ain't been right. Before you go too far, no one's gonna clean up your mess each Saturday night. It's all up to you tonight. Don't tell me you won't get faded, 'cause it's all the same old game every Saturday night. It's the same every time. I don't wanna see you like this tonight. Knowing all the things you might try to say, might as well stay sober than get it wrong. I'm still your friend, we're on the same side, but you know it ain't been right.
I'm thrilled to have the people here that are here tonight, and I know that the quality of what we have and the history of this event is very exciting, as it will be. My name is Ron Nelson, if you haven't met me, and for those of you that are watching on one of the 4 streaming platforms that are seeing us for the first time, thank you for being part of the LBMA auction, and we're trying to figure this all out a bit. We were thrilled that we would be able to go live, but we also had been planning that this would be a hybrid event. So I know there are a number of people at home that are going to be bidding as we go forward. There may be some timing delays, and I will prophylactically ask you to forgive us if there's an issue, and we will try to make this evening go as smooth as we can. Like all nonprofits, and especially art museums around the country, it's been a very challenging year. And after opening or being closed for 14 months, I'm really thrilled that we're opening with this particular event, because it's because of a community that we all live in and the artists that support us that is really humbling. So I thank you all in advance for your activities with us. You know, everyone's safety is our first and foremost care. And it's been that way with our employees and our visitors. So it also has caused all of us to think a little bit differently, and I think there are some opportunities there that going forward we will find that we think a little differently and we act differently. And I think it's all for the better for all of us. I want to thank my board, the Board of Trustees. The board has been phenomenal during this period of time. It certainly is, our lives changed dramatically, but our board, and I know there are a number of you here tonight and hopefully out listening, our board indeed really was generous and supportive and really had true leadership. So those that are here and those that are home, I thank you all very much. I also want to thank the Claire's and the staff at Claire's and everything that you do and how you've been able to bring us forward and not lose momentum with it. So Sarah and Andre and Giselle, you know, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of your work, your creativity, and everything you do for us here. We really are one family here. Then there are thank yous to some of the sponsors that have sponsored us, and many of those sponsors have come from Phoenix, and I appreciate that again. And I really want to thank Kim Nippling. Kim has been president this year, and she is busy with a number of things across the city, and I really appreciate working with you, and so glad you signed up to be president for 10 years. That's a lot. You'll be in your 20s. It'll be great. So, but those the sponsors that we have are Julie Suarez, and I'm not sure Julie is right now, as well as Rocky and the Archstone Group. Thank you for your generosity and your support again. Barbara Wild, Barbara, and the Munzers from the Munzer Foundation, as well as Diane Jensen, Janice Dickinson, Barry Lamont. Barry, I know you're here. Kathy Lingle, Kim again, Luella Hunt, Rosemary Voss, and Sandy Darling, and many others. The planning of this is, as we all know, is a year to year and a half in the making. And to plan with a moving target during a period of time that we weren't quite sure when or how this was going to happen, it really became clear that the staff was behind it, Phoenix was behind it, and somehow we were going to make this work. And I think this is going to be one of our best events, and I thank you all for hanging in there with us. I want to thank specifically Karen Stefani. Karen has worked tirelessly and has absolutely no stress in her life at all, and has helped us wade through these waters and to figure out how to do this and how to make this happen and come forward. So I thank you, Karen. Paul Loya, our Deputy Director of Exhibitions and Collections. Thank you, Paul. I know that you've both been very engaged in the work that we've received, and I appreciate everything that you've done. As well as a new collectors group. Both Karen and Paul worked with Maddie Loker and Maddie, wherever you are, the three of them pulled together a new collectors group with a reception that happened here. And it was really well attended. It is something the museum has always wanted to nurture and come along. And we have the leadership in place to do that. And I'm really excited about going forward with that. You will definitely hear more about that. Thank you for Lori, just because of everything you do and as often as you do it. So I appreciate all of that. See, you get it, yeah. There you go. And Steve Schmidt. Steve leads our preparators crew, and that is no easy job. And that means everything comes down, everything is wrapped, everything comes up, it has to be properly hung, it needs to be done in the utmost stringent manners to do as part of the museum. And Steve and his crew have a tremendous amount of work coming up for them. Our next exhibition is Tristan Eaton. And this is Tristan's first solo show at a museum. We gave Tristan upstairs and downstairs, and it is 25 years of his work. I cannot tell you how far a step it is through the looking glass, and you are going to be amazed. We are anticipating a really busy, busy summer, and we're really excited about that and the work that's being done. I know that there are a few other artists here this evening that we have exhibitions planned in 22 and into 23, and I won't mention them specifically, but they are here, and they are also, when you buy something, I may be coming to you to ask to loan it back for an exhibition. So thank you in advance for that. That's pretty much it for me right now, but you also know I miss and forget many things. But again, it really, it's very easy to be emotional about everything that everybody within this space has done. And the artists are giving of themselves, their time, their minds, to even conceive of what they're going to do. And then the hours and hours and hours, and the amount of equipment and supplies it takes, and it meant very many, solitary hours to work on a piece. And those hundreds and hundreds of hours end up on the wall that we are seeing now. And they all represent together just a staggering amount of creativity and a staggering amount of generosity. So bid a lot, bid often. And if you're at home, we're going to do the best we can to keep up with you, but the hammer may come down. So if you want to bid on something now, you better do it, and we'll do our best at this end. Thank you, everyone. Now, Zach Crone. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We're doing a video. Sorry. No, Zach. This is a video of our Narciso Martinez. And I know you know Narciso's work. It was displayed here during when the Johnsonsini and Narciso worked together. You know his compelling story. You've been able to meet him and to learn more from him. He is on a national stage now, and we're just so thrilled of him. It's like one of our kids getting out there into the world. And he's Narciso came here with his family, and they worked as field workers. And during that time, Narciso is very free to say, it's like they were thrilled. They had running water, they had a toilet, they had a safe place to sleep, and they all had jobs picking, and they thought this is the greatest country ever. And so from those humble beginnings, in that the way his family came together to work, picking fruits and vegetables up and down the West Coast, to put him through college and to bring him here to where he is today. You'll see a lot of his work is done on fruit box lids and covers, because that's what he had to work with. And a lot of things are in charcoal, because that's what he had to work with from a fire. And he really has become an amazing young man. When I first saw his critique of his work at Cal State Long Beach in his master's degree program, I asked if it would be okay for him to come and work here in a larger space. And they said, yes, of course, we would love that. And so we did. And I think we all changed because of him. And here is a video about him that I think says a lot. And please enjoy that.
I don't know. I don't even know why they call us the unskilled people who take these jobs, but it really takes a lot of skill to pick this fruit. My name is Narciso Martinez, and I'm originally from Oaxaca, Mexico. I feel like art for me was sort of like a refuge when I was a kid. I took my first art history class and I learned about artists, a bunch of different artists, Van Gogh especially, Millet. It turns out Van Gogh was doing a lot of studies from Millet, who was, I feel like, the first one who started doing images of the so-called lower classes, farm workers. And so that got me really interested in painting, in continuing doing paintings or drawings. I had two brothers and one sister up in Washington State working in the fields, and they told me, why don't you come to work in the fields, save money? It was really a whole different kind of struggle. So if we don't have a good crop, then we don't get good buckets and good weight, and we don't get paid well. We have to work faster. So we have to work every day. We have to not really look after our safety. It's really difficult to breathe under those conditions. I saw people being hurt because as soon as they yell break, you have to go running so that you can make the most out of those 5 minutes. Many times there are apples on the ground that you step on and your feet goes like in a difficult movement, so people get hurt. Farm workers are the ones that are really in the front lines, the ones that are really struggling all the time. I wanted my community to understand the art. I was thinking my parents, my brothers, I wanted them to understand what I was doing. But at the same time, if I want to be in the contemporary art world conversation, I needed to bring something new to the community, to the art world community. All of a sudden, I found myself drawing on cardboard boxes, highlighting the life of the farm workers versus the agribusiness. When I first started, it boiled down to portraiture specifically. But I think at one point, I actually needed to know more about these people, I wanted to bring more of their stories into the art world, either directly or indirectly. Because not only was already showing a different kind of art that I was doing, but also I was daring to step outside of my comfort zone. The labels on the boxes were representing the corporations, and the working class was represented by the mark makings. And then it was another portrait on another box when I was looking in the fields, and I discovered that these people that I was working along with, they were struggling, and I realized I was struggling, and that I could bring those messages to the art that I was doing. Oh, why wouldn't I bring it to the art that I'm doing right now? Y si alguien está viendo este video que nomás habla español, quiero decirles que sí se puede y que sí podemos pensar críticamente si nos proponemos y si, con sacrificio, pero sí se puede.
To a deserved bidder, and I think that gives us an insight into someone's life, and that now comes alive knowing that. So I would take another look through that and in your catalogs at home and online at home, and that auction piece will come up later, and we'll hear more about him. This next video is when I talked about Tristan Eaton for our new exhibition. Tristan worked closely with Paul and myself. We were proposing a single floor of the museum, and over the period of COVID that changed, and we knew we really wanted to stay committed with Tristan, and we wanted it to be here as Tristan did. So we said, okay, well, what would it look like if we did the whole museum? And he came back with a proposal that was can we really pull this off? And has worked tirelessly doing exactly that. And you will know his work. You have seen him all over the place, I'm sure on the news. Tristan did this amazing banner that was hung in New York during the height of the COVID. And it was done in honoring of the first responders and the nurses and doctors within the country. And he has continued that social justice. He does it in equity, and he lives a very true and North Light, and has one of the most active and amazing imaginations. And I really, I hope everybody's going to be able to see this and to speak with him. But we're going to show you a short video now that kind of gives you a little bit of an oversight of his work. He started when he was 18. He is now 25 years later, still 18. But he is really a talented force in our world right now, and we're really thrilled to be leading with this exhibition, and I know you'll all enjoy it. Thank you. But it is each of one of those images I know everybody is going to want to take a look at. We have an amazing catalog that's going along with this, with special merchandise within the museum that'll be released at the time. There are, in the live auction, 6 images that Tristan did for Marvel Comics, and it was the first time they had an updated look in a number of years, and they're quite wonderful. Tristan's, the pieces here are sold as a set of 6. And his initial release of these went very, very quickly, and I know that they are going to be a very popular item. So you'll get to see more of Tristan again, and I wish I could show everybody what's going on, but I can't wait for it to reopen and for all of us to be together again. So I'm going to step back. It's time for you to go potty, get a drink, do whatever you need to do, and come on back to the screen. So you need to text G1 573 to 63665, and that will get you online, and that will get you able to get up and bid for these live auction items. So the silent auction items, thank you. And like I said, this is our first time, so we're a little nervous. I am. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you shortly.
Can I call you mine? Are we taking it slow? I can't read your mind. Sometimes I feel like I'm here alone. it's everything or nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the live auction will...
I don't wanna see you running away, so careless in the unknown. Be warned, you might think there's no one else around, but someone's always watching. Before you go too far, no one's gonna clean up your mess each Saturday night. It's all up to you tonight. Don't tell me you won't get faded, 'cause it's all the same old game every Saturday night. You could turn it all around in one day, knowing all the answers before, telling me you'll never let me down. I keep on believing, and now you wanna bring me down again. I'm still your friend, we're on the same side, but you know it ain't been right. Before you go too far, no one's gonna clean up your mess each Saturday night. It's all up to you tonight. Don't tell me you won't get faded, 'cause it's all the same old game every Saturday night. It's the same every time. I don't wanna see you like this tonight, knowing all the things you might try to say. Might as well stay sober than get it wrong. I'm still your friend, we're on the same side, but you know it ain't been right. Before you go too far, no one's gonna clean up your mess each Saturday night. It's all up to you tonight. Don't tell me you won't get faded, 'cause it's all the same old game every Saturday night. It's the same every time. I don't wanna see you like this tonight.
Can I call you mine? Are we taking it slow? I can't read your mind. Sometimes I feel like I'm here alone. Don't need a wedding vow. Just tell me how you in or out. It ain't fair, baby. The way you got me hanging on. You got me hanging on. Oh, you got me hanging on. You got me hanging on. Oh. Baby, the night that we met was amazing, but it feels like your love has gone missing. Oh, nah, 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 show me I'm the one you want, 'cause it's everything or nothing. If you wanna be with me, I need you all and nothing less than. I can't go on in between, 'cause it's everything or nothing. Okay, you're a superstar, but I'm a supernova. Better claim your prize, otherwise cut and scene, game over. Do we call it love, or do we call it off? There ain't no maybe. I just can't keep holding on.
Okay. Good evening once again, friends and loved ones. Hello, my name is Zachary Crone. Thank you for not wasting a good round of applause on me. After months of collaboration, I'm thrilled to be back for the fourth time on behalf of the Long Beach Museum of Art. I can't believe I started working with Ron and friends over 4 years and 11 pounds ago. The fact that you are all here tonight looking so lovely, bearing the elements to show your generosity for the Long Beach Museum of Art deserves our utmost gratitude. So please give a big round of applause to the person sitting in your chair or at home on your sofa. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Thank you so much for watching us instead of The Crown or Bridgerton or any other wonderful shows. Now, since we've all been properly wined or dined to be kind, refined, aligned, and inclined to place a bid for this worthy cause to get behind, we now have the pleasure of turning the show over to you. And to make it a show to remember, this will be your key. Every time you raise this bid card, whether you win something or not, you don't even have to spend anything. You just have to make a richer person pay more. But seriously, every time you raise a bid card, if you're here and in person, or use that button on your mouse to click or bid on all sorts of wonderful auction items, you are supporting and preserving this wonderful beacon of artistry, creativity, and education in our community, a cornerstone, if I may. So if you're still standing enjoying a stiff Chardonnay, please join us in any one of the 3 rows up front. Get close and cozy and all sorts of things. Close enough, obviously. But don't worry, because if this is your induction, just follow my instruction, as the power participation in your advocation will lead to construction of this entertaining production. It's time to bid with speed and impede upon someone else from trying to succeed. It's an auction, so don't be a sitting duck, because with just a little luck, you won't get beaten. It's time for living and giving and bidding up high. It's time for loving, believing, and doing what's right. So do your best in this contest. Pick up those phones or bid cards and put down any fancy concoctions. Let's raise some money, and let's have an auction. You can follow along online at home. Follow along to the screens beside the stage, or simply listen to the buttery sunshine that is my voice. As the first item that we will be bringing to auction is lot number A204 on your online catalog. This is Cheryl Humphreys' Above the Clouds 2019. This is our first piece up for auction. It is a monoprint on indigo dyed paper, 22 by 30, framed artwork entitled Above the Clouds by Cheryl Humphreys. Cheryl is a visual artist based in Los Angeles. Her education and career as a designer have played an integral role in her ability to communicate through the medium of paper. The artist's blind embossing eschewed the trappings of traditional printed work, leaving only shape and shadow. 2 words can best describe her work: paper and pressure. A meditative quality surrounds her color studies and blind embossing on paper. Its shapes and shadows interlock in infinite configurations, a nod to traditional printed work. In her own words, quote, I am exploring the visual dialogue of contemporary communication, specifically the use of symbols in place of words. This piece has a current bid of 1,000. Do I have any interest at 1,200? Looking for a bid of 12. Anybody at 12? Looking for a bid of 1,200? Raise your bid cards high if you want this wonderful piece at 1,200 with a value of 3,000. Looking for a bid of 12. Who did a bid of 12? Anybody at 12? What a beautiful tax write-off it could be. Any interest in the gallery at 12? Who did a bid of 12? Anybody at 12? Looking for a bid of 1,200. Do I have any interest in the gallery at 12 for Cheryl Humphreys' beautiful piece? And I will allow for the latency that is online right now. And we're going to have a nice slow runway to the closing of any potential auction item. It's artwork, don't forget. The more you pay, the more it's worth. Looking for a bid of 12. Who did a bid of 12? Anybody at 12? Looking for a bid of 12? We have a bid of $1,000 online. Any further advance to 1,200? Looking for 12? Just skip a payment, dear. Looking for a bid of 12. Who did a bid of 12? It will grow back. Looking for a bid of 12, and it's sure to appreciate in value. Looking for a bid of 12. Anybody at 12? Looking for a bid of 12? Anybody at 12? Looking for a bid of 12. Its value will only increase like a long goatee. Hello, sir. Looking for a bid of 12. Who did a bid of 12? Anybody at 12? We have a bid of $1,000. Any interest in the gallery, perhaps online or at home or around the world at 12? We're at $1,000 going once. Any further advance to $1,200? It's only 200 more. Looking for a bid of 1,200. Any further advance at 12? Oh, someone's Prius is revving back there. I can hear it. Looking for a bid of 12. Who did a bid of 12? Any interest at 1,200? Looking for a bid of 12. Anyone at 12 going once? You instantly get warmer when you bid over there. Looking for a bid of 12. Going 3 times now. We have a $1,200 bidder live and in person. Thank you very much. Bidder 181 is now in the lead at 1,200. Please update the screen. Looking for a bid of 14 now. Put a bid of 14 online. Any further advance at 1,400? Looking for a bid of 1,400. It's a lot more in pesos. It's very cheap in dollars. Looking for a bid of 14. Looking for a bid of 14 where? Anybody at 14? Looking for a bid of 1,400. 1,200 is the current bid we have live and in person here in the gallery. Looking to counter bid either online or in person at just 1,400 for this beautiful piece entitled Above the Clouds by artist Cheryl Humphreys. Paper and Pressure. Feels like a test. Looking for a bid of 14. Who did a bid of 14? Anybody at 14? Looking for a bid of 14? Looking for a bid of 14. Any interest at 14? We're at 1,200. Looking for a bid of 1,400 going once. Any further advance to 1,400? Looking for a bit of 14, perhaps younger, more handsome version of Lance Bass will bid at 14, perhaps. I don't know. Looking for a bit of 14. Put a bit of 14. Anybody at 14? Looking for a bit of 14 going once. Free nicknames with every bid. Looking for a bit of 14. We're at 1,200 in the gallery, going twice now. Looking for a bid of just 14. Going 3 times. Any further advance at 1,400 to counter online. Looking for a bit of 14. Who did a bit of 14 now? Anybody at 14? Looking for a bit of 1,400. Fair warning. And final offer. We're at 1,200 in the gallery to the very patient woman located to my left. She's really hoping that I sell it to her. This is your last chance. Final offer. And I have story to tell you about Cheryl Humphreys. No. We're at 1,200. Last chance, final offer. Any further advance? 1,200 to the lady in the gallery. Going once, twice, thrice, and I have sold it for $1,200 to bidder number 181 at 1,200. Well done. All right. See, that's how you accommodate latency. Lot number 2 in our auction sequence is a Lori Lamont. It is lot number A206, located on your online catalog for those of you watching at home. This is our featured piece and is an intricate 22 by 30 framed watercolor on paper entitled Working Girl by Long Beach's own Lori Lamont. Lori creates through thought-provoking artwork that promotes dialogue. She is a self-taught artist who works exclusively in watercolors that defy the traditional boundaries of scale through her painting's distinctive size and scope. Notable here are executed layers of bold saturated color and meticulously rendered detail. Her work is decidedly untraditional and exposes ideas that spark introspection, controversy, whose themes question the notion of modern-day entertainment and society, and pushes the viewer to look at the reality behind the illusion of glamour and celebrity. That she has been a local favorite of Long Beach and this museum, as she has been since 1996, and her work certainly adds to the vibrancy and culture of our fair city. We have a current bid of $1,500. We are looking for a bid of $1,750 on a piece valued at $6,000. Looking for a bid of $1,750. Any inch $1,750 in the gallery. Thank you. Looking for a bid of $2,000 now. We're at $1,750 to the young lady in the back. We're at $1,750. Any advance to $2,000. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000. Looking for a bid of $2,000. It will grow back. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Bitcoin's going to go back up. Don't worry. Looking for a bid of $2,000. We're at $1,750 in the back. Any further advance to $2,000. $2,000 is the bid we are looking for. We have a bid already of $1,750. We're at $1,750, looking for a bid of $2,000. Hold it a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000 for Working Girl? Looking for a bid of $2,000. Anyone at $2,000? When you go marketing, Working Girl, looking for a bid of $2,000. Hold it a bid of $2,000. $1,750 the bid. Live and in person, any further advance of $2,000 online. We're at $1,750 in the gallery, looking for a bid of $2,000. Anyone online or here else in the gallery, looking for a bid of $2,000. Put a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000? Need a bid of $2,000. Looking for a bid of $2,000 now. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Going once. We're at $1,750. The lovely lady in the gallery, sitting in the back with a stiff glass of Chardonnay in front of her, looking for a bid of $2,000. We're at $1,750. Any further advance at $2,000? Put a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000? Need a bid of $2,000. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Looking for a bid of $2,000 now. Anyone at $2,000? I don't bite. Don't worry. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Put a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000? Lance, any interest? Looking for $2,000. Put a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000? Looking for a bid of $2,000 now. Anyone at $2,000? He must be watching the stream on his phone. There's no way he'd be on Twitter right now. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Put a bid of $2,000. Hi. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Anybody at $2,000? Looking for a bid of $2,000. $1,750 is still the bid. Live and in person, looking for a bid of $2,000. There's a 30-second delay online, so I got to give it a second. I'm sure you're being very patient. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Going once. We're at $1,750 in the gallery. Any further advance to $2,000? Going twice. Any further advance to just $2,000? Skip a payment. Don't worry, it'll grow back. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Fair warning. And final offer, we are at $1,750 on a $6,000 Lori Lamont piece. Looking for a bid of $2,000. Last chance. And final offer, any further bids? Take another sip. It helps change your mind. Looking for a bid of $2,000. And I have sold it in the gallery to the lovely lady in the back at $1,750. What is your bid number, dear? So we can charge your... thank you. Bidder 172. Bidder 172. Thank you so much. Lot number 3. And it's so much fun to tell you about this wonderful artist, but it is so much more enjoyable to show you. Please join me here in the gallery and at home in watching this short video about one of our featured artists, Brent Estabrook.
My name is Brent Estabrook, and I am an oil painter. I'd sketch from comic books, I would sketch from cartoons, Disney, X-Men, I did it all. If I ever came across, in an alternate universe, my other self that went into dentistry, short answer, I just tell him, you idiot. I've probably painted every single day of my life after starting oil painting. Some oil paints are very textural, some are very smooth. There's a beauty to oil paint, especially when you see it in person and you paint impastos. You can see the action of the brushstroke through the bristles, flowing through the brushstroke, and you could almost reinterpret how the artist painted it because you could see the movements in it. So I've always been really interested in showing energy in my paintings through the brushstrokes. By painting very texturally or impasto, these paintings in person feel very tactile, like as if they're actual objects. This is Toy Box, and this is the largest oil painting I've ever done. I love creating big pieces. It kind of forces the viewer to, it almost like puts them back into, like childhood, like when these stuffed animals were like the same size as you or bigger. So I've always been drawn to like large paintings. Almost everything I paint, if I paint it small, I'm thinking, what does this look like 20 times the size? That's why I'm so excited to get some big museum walls that I can do really big pieces on. This piece is called Intentions, and it was one where I really embrace being very present and intentional in what I was doing. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's the only quilt piece where every color in here is a unique color. And for reference, I think I spent 4 hours mixing those two colors. But yeah, my real secret sauce is in mixing color.
What you move like, what you move like, what you move like it. What you move like, what you move like, what you move like it.
A moment in my personal art career that I'm extremely proud of. My first Long Beach Museum of Art charity auction. It was the piece that changed my life. If that never would have happened, I don't think I'd be here today. If my artwork just makes somebody more happy or adds positivity, really that is ultimate goal for me. I want to increase the happiness and just spread more positivity in the world. I hope that happiness gets translated into my art as well.
We're very honored to have the artist himself here. Let's give a big round of applause to the master and the creator over there, Brent Estabrook. I believe I remember selling that piece that changed your life, so I wholeheartedly say you're welcome. And you do, and I'm so glad we did, because there's enough people to fill cavities and teeth whiten. Your work is phenomenal. I do love it. I love the time and attention you give to each piece. And the next piece that's up for bid is his original piece. It is a 30 by 24 oil on canvas entitled Fiesta. He received a BFA from the University of Arizona and a doctorate of dental surgery from the University of Louisville. You're like the Doc Holliday of painters. You know that. That's fantastic. He's known for his large-scale oil paintings of stuffed animals, and Estabrook approaches his work with a delightful playfulness while maintaining a conscientious and diligent technique, which is certainly on display. His personal ritual of mixing and applying paint is honed to a surgical precision and a method informed by his doctorate education, laying down thick, richly pigmented brushstroke with attentiveness, patience, and more. Estabrook builds up a rich impasto that evokes the fibers of plush fabric, velvet, and fleece. The artist harmonizes this pristine and sophisticated painting process with the unfettered joy and curiosity exemplary of child's play. This depicts a highly textured cornucopia of detail and color, as each unique composition is bristling with Baroque energy, and the pure delight radiates from this piece is rivaled only by the impressive, adroit brushwork and lush density of paint applied diligently, stroke by stroke. The piece, entitled Fiesta, currently has a bid of $6,500. We are looking for a bid of $6,750. Looking for a bid of $6,750 where? Bid of $6,750. Looking for $6,750. Bid of $6,750. With a value of $12,500, we're looking for $6,750. Looking for a bid of $6,750 where? Anybody at $6,750. Looking for a bid of $6,750 online or here in the gallery. Any interest at $6,750. $6,750. Looking for a bid of $6,750. You can either get this beautiful piece by Brent Estabrook or a 2004 Toyota Camry at $6,750. I would rather have this piece, wouldn't you? Looking for a bid of $6,750. Any interest at $6,750 to further advance the educational and technological advancements at the Long Beach Museum of Art. Thank you so much for donating this wonderful piece. Looking for a bid of $6,750. Any further advance of $6,750 at $6,500. We're looking for $6,750. Looking for a bid of $6,700. As we celebrate these beautiful pieces, we have timely released these balloons ourselves. Looking for a bid of $6,750. Hold a bid of $6,750. Celebrate a bid at $6,750 in the gallery. Thank you very much. The gentleman in the white jacket looking for a bid of $7,000 now. Any further advance is 7. Need a bid of 7. Anybody at 7 looking for a bid of $7,000. We're at $6,750 in the gallery. Looking for a bid of $7,000. Hold a bid of 7 now. Anyone at 7? We're at $6,750. Any further advance is $7,000. Have you updated the screen? Looking for a bid of $7,000 now. We're looking for 7. Hold a bid of 7. Anybody at 7? Looking for a bid of $7,000 where? Any interest at $7,000? Hold a bid of 7,000. 7,000 is the bid we're looking for. Any further advance of 7,000 in the gallery, perhaps? Anyone at 7? If you can, you should. Looking for a bid of 7? Hold a bid of 7. Honestly, if you bid at 65 online, what's the difference between 65 and 7? You'll be fine. Don't worry. It's only $500 more. That's a lunch. Looking for a bid of $7,000. We're at $6,750 to the man in the white jacket. Any further advance of $7,000. Looking for any interest at all at $7,000. Would you like to bid at $7,000? Blink if you'd like to bid. looking for a bid of 7,000. We're at 6,750 to the man in the white jacket, waiting ever so patiently, looking for a bid of 7. Anyone at 7,000? We're at 6,750, going once now. We're at 6,750. Any further advance is 7,000. Any further advance? Hurry up and bid, going twice. Anything worth doing is worth doing fast. Looking for a bit of 7. A bit of 7. Fair warning now. Third and final call. Looking for a bit of 7,000. Any further advance? We're at 6,750 to the man in the white jacket. Looking for a bit of 7,000. Last chance and final offer. And I have sold it your way, sir, at $6,750 to bidder 136. You're going to enjoy this beautiful printed lithograph of Brett Esselberg. I'm just kidding. Celebration! The auction has just ended. All right. Moving on to lot number 4 as we get into some big, beautiful, and wonderful pieces. This is entitled Thank You Technology by artist Alex Gardner. This is a 19.75 by 27.5 framed oil pastel on paper by artist Alex Gardner entitled Thank You Technology. Alex is a figure painter working to make intense and memorable scenes, working in acrylic to make colorful canvases that smooth over cultural signifiers, typically featuring anonymous avatars that anyone can see themselves reflected in. He holds a BFA from California State University, Long Beach, and since then has shown in Copenhagen, Mexico City, Miami, Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, with solo shows in Hong Kong and London in 2019. The artist charges the familiar with poignancy, highlighting the details as important, and paints figures that all genders and races can see themselves in. Mimicking snippets of classical painting from El Greco, hand to a Pieta Carey, a crucifixion foot, a Michelangelo muscle group, he is not just inserting his contemporary identity into art history, but also opening up these artistic, historical perspectives from all viewers to connect with. And he lives and works here locally in Long Beach. And we at the Long Beach Museum of Art will present Gardner's first solo exhibition on the West Coast starting October of 2021 through January of 2022. We're very honored to have these pieces to showcase, and we're very honored to bring them up for bidding today. We have a current bid of $10,000. We are looking for a bid of $10,250. Anybody at 10 and a quarter? Looking for a bid of 10 and a quarter. Who did a bid of $10,250? Any further advance to $10,250? $10,250. Looking for a bid of $10,250. Who did a bid of $10,250? Don't worry, they'll pay for their own student loans. Looking for a bid of $10,250. Who did a bid of $10,250 where? This will surely appreciate in value as the bids continue to rise. Looking for a bid of $10,250. Who did a bid of $10,250? $10,000 is the current bid. Looking for a bid of $10,250. Who did a bid of $10,250? We have a bid of $10,000 on this wonderful piece. Looking for a bid of $10,250. Who did a bid of $10,250? $10,000 the current bid. Only $250 more. Looking for a bid of $10,250. That's your Verizon bill. Who did a bid of $10,250? Anyone at $10,250? Looking for a bid of $10,250? We have a bid online at $10,250. Well done. Thank you very much. Looking for a bid of $10,500. $10,500 where? Who did a bid of $10,500? Anybody at $10,500? Looking for a bid of $10,500? We have a bid of $10,250. We have $10,500 has been bid online. Thank you so very much. Looking for a bid. Wow, these bidders look a lot like a 4K camera. Looking for a bid. We have a bid of $10,500, looking for a bid of $10,750. Anybody at $10,750 where? Who did a bid of $10,750? Anyone in the gallery perhaps at $10,750? We have a current bid of $10,500, looking for a bid of $10,750 where? Who did a bid at $10,750? Looking for a bid of $10,750. $10,500 is the current bid. We'll give you a moment. Looking for a bid. Anything it's a very simple question. Would you rather have $10,750 in your bank? Would you rather have it on your wall that will appreciate faster in value compared to the money just sitting in the bank losing value due to inflation? Looking for a bid of $10,750. You are making money as opposed to losing it by bidding. Looking for a bid, plus it's a tax write-off. Looking for a bid of $10,750. You will love this piece. Looking for $10,750. You'll have 10,750 reasons to love this piece. Looking for a bid of $10,750. Going once now. We have a bid of $10,500. Any further advance? Hurry up and place your bids. Looking for a bid of $10,750. Going twice. Any further advance? Hurry up and get your bids in now. Looking for a bid of $10,750 or scare them away at 11. Looking for a bid of $10,750. $10,500 going for a third and final call. Last chance and final offer. Are you sure? Looking for a bid of $10,750. If you don't win, you will get a gigantic print from a dentist's office off the wall of a fantastic Wyland riding a Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Looking for a bid of $10,750. We have a bid And it was the threat that made it come through, was it not? We're at 10,750 now, looking for a bid of 11,000. Any further advance to 11, looking for a bid of 11. Anybody at 11? Need a bid of 11? A bid of 11, looking for a bid of 11,000. Any further advance to 11,000? We have it. We have a bid of 11. Is that right? We do have 11,000. Well done. Looking for a bid of 11,250. Looking for a bid of 11,250. We're online at 11,000. Any further advance at 11,250? Looking for a bid of 11,250. Looking for a bid of 11 and a quarter. Bid of 11,250. 11,000 is the current bid. Any further advance? I wish my screen would update it the way yours does. Looking for a bid of 11,250. Any further advance to 11,250? Looking for a bid of 11,250. And we can sincerely say with these wonderful bids, thank you, technology. Looking for a bid of 11,250. Bid of 11,250. Yeah, says the guy owning the technology. Looking for a bid of 11,250. We have a bid of 11,000. Any further advance to 11,250? I'm going to count it down now. Looking for a bid of 11,250. If you can do 10,750, you can definitely do 11,250. It's only $500 more dollars. You'll be fine. Looking for a bid. It's not like you have to trade or hawk anything in. You'll still have everything you have. Looking for a bid of 11,250. We have a bid of 11,000 going once. Any further advance? Hurry up and place your bids now. Looking for a bid of 11,250 going twice now. Hurry up and get your bids in at just $11,250. Looking for a bid of 11,250 going for a third and final call. Last chance, final offer. The imaginary gavel is in the air, and I have a bid of 11,250. You sneaky SOB, good for you. Looking for a bid of 11,500. Put a bid of 11,500 now. Looking for 11.5. Put a bid of 11,005. We have it. 11,005 has been bid. 11,500. Looking for 11,750 now. Put a bid of 11,750. Anybody at 11,750 where? Put a bid of 11,750. Looking for a bid of 11,750. Need a bid of 11,750. You know, it's so interesting to me that he's featuring his solo shows in Hong Kong and London. I do nothing but solo shows, come to think of it. Looking for a bid of 11,750. I have a bid of 11,500. Looking for a bid of 11,750 going once. Hurry up and get your bids in for 11,750. Further advance now, going twice. We're at $11,500 with your final opportunity to own this beautiful framed oil pastel on paper by Alex Gardner entitled Thank You Technology. Looking for a bid of 11,750 going for a third and final time. Last chance and final offer. Don't let this piece pass you by. Only $250 more to get yourself in the lead. And I have sold it for $11,500. Well done. If we have a name to share, I'd love to announce it. That is fun. Lot number 5. This might have been the piece you're all waiting for. Online, it's listed as A200 in your online catalog. This is the famed Harbor Reflection by renowned artist, the late great Young Ilan. This is a piece of art history from our wonderful friend of the Long Beach Museum of Art, a 24 by 30 framed oil on canvas from the renowned artist Young Ilan entitled Harbor Reflection 5 and was created in the year 1998. Young Ilan was a Korean-American artist who lived and worked in Los Angeles. Considered a child prodigy in his native Korea, Young Ilan relocated permanently to the United States in 1966. On's Water Series exhibited at the Long Beach Museum of Art in 2017. Perhaps deceptively simple, his works are in reality rather complex and encourage a meditative state to the viewer. He lived to the age of 86. As his work continues to inspire, his large-scale, colorful abstractions, which examine the beauty found in nature and music, carry an absolutely timeless quality. This is one of our featured items of the night and of this auction, with a total value of $40,000. We are looking for a bid of $15,000. Do we have any interest at 15? Looking for a bid of 15? A bid of 15,000. Looking for a bid of 15 for the Young Ilan, the late great Young Ilan, with a wonderful from his water series Harbor Reflection 5. Looking for a bid of 15,000. Looking for a bid of 15. Is that a bid? Looking for a bid of 15,000. Looking for a bid of 15. A bid of $15,000 has been bid. Straight ahead in the gallery. We're at 15,000 now. Straight ahead. Thank you, sir, for your bid. Looking for a bid of 17,500. Need a bid of 17,500 now. Need a bid of 17,500. Put a bid of 17,500. We're at 15,000 to the very smart, wise art collector, and you know if it's worth 40,000 and you bid 15, that you will see value in return. both monetary and in beauty. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Any further advance of 17.5? We're at $15,000 live and in person here in the gallery. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Any interest at 17.5? Where? Hooded a bid of 17.5. Anybody at 17.5? We will give you a free drink from the open bar. Looking for a bid of 17.5. 17.5, 15,000 is the current bid. Looking for a bid of 17.5. To anyone online, looking for a bid of 17.5. The police are coming because that's a steal. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Hooded a bid of 17.5. Where? Need a bid of 17.5. If anyone asks, I've been here since 1 o'clock. Looking for a bid of 17.5. 17.5 is the bid we're looking for a $40,000 young Elon piece entitled Harbor Reflection from the late great artist. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Who can do 17.5? Need a bid of 17.5. Where? Need a bid of 17.5 for this wonderful tax write-off at 17.5 for the young Elon Harbor Reflection 5. Looking for a bid of 17.5. We're at $15,000 to the gentleman straight ahead. Looking for a bid. He's right under a heat lamp, but when you're the lead bidder, you feel like you don't need the heat. Looking for a bid. Any numbness in your left arm, sir? You doing okay? Okay. We're at 15,000, looking for a bid of 17.5. Hurry up and bid. Going once now. Need a bid of 17.5. Hurry up and place your bids for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of a classic historical artist that carries a timeless quality with a deceptively simple and meditative state style. Looking for a bid of just 17.5. Going twice. Hurry up and get yourself in the lead online or around the world at just 17.5. We're at $15,000 to the gentleman sitting straight ahead whose glass is empty for some reason. He deserves personalized, bespoke, alcoholic attention. Looking for a bid of just 17.5, going third and final time. Any further advance online to get yourself in the lead for the young Elon piece. This late great artist, you can have a piece of him in your home or office. Looking for a bid of 17.5, going for a third and final call. We're at $15,000. Looking for a bid of 17.5. Fair warning and final offer. We're at 15, and I have sold it your way, sir, at $15,000 to bidder number 284. 284. Fantastic. Up next is the Rodolfo Riva de Mar, entitled China Cove, Carmel, California. This is an absolutely beautiful land and seascape of China Cove in Carmel, California, courtesy of renowned Argentinian artist Rodolfo Riva de Mar. Rodolfo has taken part in over 60 exhibitions, and he's racing to get into the auction, including one-man shows, and has been the recipient of several prestigious awards. His painting form part of many collections, both here and abroad, and have been reproduced in Southwest Art Magazine, American Art Review, Art and Antiques Magazine, as well as numerous catalogs. His work has also been pictured in the Los Angeles Times, Daily Breeze, the Orange County Register, Art Talk, and many other wonderful publications. In his own words, quote, "I find that painting nature is a way to reconnect with timeless and simple values that such as seeing connection in everything in creation. This leads to a state of exaltation and inner peace as a result of cleansing the mind from thought that would otherwise react in and out of our minds. Perhaps a variation on the old disciplines of meditation originated in India and the Far East," end quote. A truly tranquil and beautiful piece. It just makes me want to go there. We have a current bid on the Rodolfo Riva de Mar China Cove. We are looking for a bid of $2,500, if I'm not mistaken. We are looking for a bid of 25. Any interest at 25? Looking for a bid of 25. Do we have any interest at 2,500? Looking for a bid of 2,500 for China Cove, Carmel, California, by Rodolfo Riva de Mar. Looking for a bid of 25. Hooded a bid of 25. Anybody at 25? Looking for a bid of 25. Hooded a bid of 2,500. 2,500 for this wonderful piece. Looking for a bid. I believe it's framed. Looking for a bid of 2,500. Beautiful frame as well, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken on that? We'll verify. Looking for a bid of 25. Looking for a bid of 25. Hooded a bid of 2,500. Looking for a bid of 2,500. You gotta love Carmel. It's a drinking colony with a golf problem. Looking for a bid of 2,500. Hooded a bid of 25. Anyone at 25? Looking for a bid of 25. Looking for a bid of 25. They should just put it on the sign when you drive up the coast. Looking for a bid of 25. Looking for a bid of 2,500. Need a bid of 25. 25 where? Going once. Hurry up and get yourself in the lead on the Rodolfo Rivadamar China Cove Carmel, California piece with a value of $5,000. Looking for a bid of only $2,500. Any interest at $2,500 now? Looking for a bid of $2,500, going twice. I can't have you stand right there. Looking for a bid of $2,500. Need a bid of $2,500. Need a bid of $2,500, going twice. Any further advance at $2,500? We're online. Looking for a bid of $2,500. Fair warning and final offer. Looking for a bid of $2,500, and I have sold it online to bidder number 401. 401. Lot number 7. This is a beautiful piece. This is lot number A56 on your online catalog. This is Tony Marsh Creation Vessel Series. This is a next one-of-a-kind ceramic vessel from the 2021 Creation Vessel Series from world-renowned artist Tony Marsh. Tony Marsh earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1978 from CSU Long Beach. He later traveled to Mashiko, Japan to study Shimaoka pottery with Tatsuzo Shimeoka, whom Japan named a living national treasure in 1996. For 3 years, from 1978 to 1981, Marsh worked under the direction of Shimeoka as a worker, student, and apprentice. Marsh also worked with Shimeoka's shokunin, or craftsmen, on a daily basis and was notably influenced by traditional culture and the community. In his own words, quote, "The ceramic vessel has always been my primary vehicle of artistic expression. I am fascinated by its deep and unparalleled history and position between nature and culture. While the vessel that I make are not utilitarian, nor do they explicitly refer to a historical pottery type or style, I believe that I use them as a device to address the essential. On a simple level, they do attempt to pay homage to what pottery from around the world has always been required to do: hold, preserve, and offer, commemorate, and beautify. In the end, whether it might be a vase on a table or an empty coin bank, the bowl on the nightstand, or a burial urn or a ballot box, what could be more natural than to put something of meaning into a vessel?" This is an absolutely beautiful piece with fine craftsmanship indeed. We have looking for a current bid on a $4,500 valued piece of only $1,500. Do I have any interest at 15? Looking for a bid of 15 where? Hurry bid of 15. Anybody at 15? Looking for a bid of just 1,500. 15,000, 1,500. Hurry bid of 15. Anyone at 1,500 for this wonderful piece by Tony Marsh? Looking for a bid of 15. Any interest at 15? Looking for a bid of 15. Looking for a bid of 15. Does anyone in the art world know what the difference is between a vase and a vase? About $1,000. Looking for a bid of 1,500. Hurry bid of 15. Looking for a bid of 15. Anybody at 15? We have a bid of 15 that we are looking for. Hurry bid of 15. 15 where? Need a bid of 15. Looking for a bid of 1,500. Need a bid of 15. Anybody at 15? If you're getting a drink at the bar, hopefully it changes your mind. 1,500 to the gentleman in the gallery. Well done. Now 1,750 is the bid we're looking for. Hurry bid of 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750. Thank you, sir. We're at 1,500 to the handsome gentleman with the high cheekbones and the great skin at 1,500. Looking for a bid of 1,750. Hurry bid of 1,750. Free compliments with every bid. Looking for a bid of 1,750. Any interest in the front two rows? Looking for a bid of 1,750. Any further advance of 1,750. Hurry bid of 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750 now. 1,500 to the handsome gentleman. Looking for a bid of 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750 going once. Any further advance to 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750. We're at $1,500 with a value of 4,500. We're looking for a bid of 1,750. Any further advance to 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750 now. Get yourself in the lead at 1,750. Looking for a bid of 1,750 going twice now. We're at $1,500 to the handsome gentleman again. Looking for a bid of 1,750 online. Any further advance online to 1,750. This is your final opportunity. I've given 2 warnings. Looking for a third time now. Third and final call. Looking for 1,750. We're at $1,500. The pen is coming out. The symbolic gesture of it being sold. We're at 1,500. Looking for a bid of 1,750. Fair. Does this mean keep going? Looking for a bid of 1,750. Fair warning. Last chance, and I have sold it your way for $1,500. Well done to bidder 136. Lot number 8 is the John Sonsini. This is lot number A109 in your online catalog. A109. This is a 16 by 12 by 1/8 inch pencil on watercolor work study for Francisco from LA-based artist John Sonsini. Sonsini was born in Rome and New York as a painter where he works with oils. John is best known for his portraits of Latino day laborers which he has been creating since the 1990s. Working with distinctively textured brushwork, Sonsini draws attention to the often overlooked population of Los Angeles and the wider county, depicting them as dignified individual subjects. Sonsini's approach to his portraits is personal and time-consuming. For up to 5 weeks, the artist asks each of the models to take off their usual jobs to pose full-time, which Sonsini provides hourly compensation for his subjects. When Sonsini begins painting, he does so in a characteristically thick and spontaneous brushwork to capture the immediacy that derives from working with live subjects. Sonsini's exhibited day work portraits at LBMA October 2018 to January 2019. He's been a wonderful featured artist and friend of this wonderful museum, and now this wonderful piece can be yours by this insightful and culturally relevant artist. We have a current bid of $1,500. We are looking for a bid of $1,700. Anybody at $1,700? Looking for a bid of $1,700? Looking for a bid of $1,700 for, I believe, the artist that we saw featured in a video earlier on in our program. We're at 15. Looking for a bid of just 17. Heard a bid of 17. Anybody at 17? Looking for a bid of just 1,700. 1,700 where? Heard a bid of 1,700. Any interest at 1,700 to anyone who's sitting down? Looking for a bid of 1,700. Looking for a bid of 1,700 where? Any interest at the table of lovely ladies over to my right? Looking for a bid of 1,700. Looking for a bid of 1,700. Anyone at 1,700 for the Sonsini original? Looking for a bid of 1,700 for this wonderfully cultural relevant piece? Looking for a bid of 1,700. Looking for a bid of 1,700. Heard a bid of 1,700. 1,500 is the current bid. Any further advance is 1,700. 1,500 the current bid. Looking for a bid of 1,700 now, going once. Any further advance or interest at just 1,700? Hurry up and get yourself in the lead at 1,700, going twice. We are at 1,500. Any further advance online, in person, here in the gallery, or around the world at just 1,700, going twice now. Get yourself back in the lead at 1,700. We're at 1,500. Fair warning. Last chance. Third and final call for the Sonsini original with a value of $5,000. We are only looking for $1,750, so you can own this wonderful piece. So we at the Long Beach Museum of Art can expand our cultural and educational, virtual and live programs. Looking for a bid of $1,750 with a fair warning. Last chance and final offer. We're at $1,500, and I have sold it for $1,500 online. We have a bid number, perhaps? 136. 1,500 to 136. Lot number 9, as you saw featured briefly in an earlier video, this is lot number A201 online. This is from artist Tristan Eaton. This is a series of 6 signed and framed prints on paper entitled Avengers Assemble from renowned artist Tristan Eaton. He graduated from the School of Visual Arts in New York. Eaton built upon his experience designing toys at the age of 18 for Fisher-Price and co-founded the legendary Kid Robot. Eaton is perhaps best known for his large-scale public murals found throughout the world from New York to Paris to Shanghai, which he executes in freehand spray paint, a technical and personal nod to his own history and respect for graffiti culture. While honoring traditional painting and muralism with his thoughtful and dynamic subject matter and compositions, all of these experiences become touchstone in Eaton's fine art practice, where techniques new and old meet, unusual and innovative ideas paired with an assortment of methods and materials, both traditional and modern, all of which find a home and harmony in his work. The LBMA will debut a 25-year span of Eaton's work, including his early years in street art, toy design, illustration, rock poster design, and printmaking from July 15th to October 3rd of this year. Now, just 3 weeks ago, he released $2,500 valued lithographs of this same image, and they sold out in 5 minutes. It just shows and demonstrates the market and the value and the appreciation for this very talented. He's only 42 years old, and he creates beautiful pieces. We're very honored to be displaying his printmaking and poster design here and on display. He's one of these few artists that have kind of transcended from street art to traditional muralism, and it's absolutely beautiful. We have a current bid on this piece of $1,200. We are looking for a bid of 14. Any interest at 14 for the 6 pieces? 14 in the second row. Thank you. We're at 1,400 live and in person, looking for a bid of 16. We're at 14 in the second row. Thank you so much. Looking for a bid of just 16 now. We're at 14. Any further advance of 16? Need a bit of 16 where? Any interest at 16? 16 in the gallery. Look at that. Now 18. Looking for a bit of 18. Looking for a bit of 18 back to you, dear. Come on back. Why not? 18. What difference does it make? Looking for a bit of 18. Looking for a bit of 18. That's only $300 per frame piece. Looking for 18. We're at 16 to the gentleman in the back. Looking for a bit of 18 now. It's good to have a real live bidding war, isn't it? Looking for a bit of 18. Come on back at 18. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. if you bid just one more time, I will ask him to bid again. We're looking for a bit of 18. Back to you, dear. 18. She is in. We're looking for a bit of 2,000 now. Don't get mad, get even. He's at 2,000. He just came back. We're at 2,000. Live and in person looking for 22. Looking for a bit of 22 now. A bit of 22. And she has confided in me that she is a cougar, which typically means she buys younger men drinks. But however, if you bid at 22, I will buy you a drink from the open bar. 22. She is in. Looking for a bit of 24. Do I have a bit of 24? Take another sip, it helps, sir. 24 has been bid to the gentleman in the back. Now 26. Looking for a bit of 26. Looking for a bit of 26 now. In the grand scheme of life, what's the difference between $400 and your appreciation of art? Looking for a bit of 26. 26, she's back in. Looking for a bit of 28, sir. Look, does this mean keep going? Looking for 28. Need a bit of 28? We're at 26 to the lady. Looking for a bit of 28. Looking for a bit of 28. Are you still going to be able to pay your bills and get a latte every day if you bid at 28? The answer is yes. Looking for a bit of 28. If you can do 24, you can do 28. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Looking for a bit of 28. This is being streamed live to the world. You're on camera. How do you want to be portrayed in this moment? Looking for a bid? You didn't get to where you are in life by coming in second place, sir. We're at 26 to the lady, looking for a bit of 28. Looking for a bit of 28. Who has more disposable income? We're at 26, looking for a bit of 28. Come on back at 28, sir. Looking for a bit of 28 back to you. Looking for a bit of 28. Are you sure? Looking for a bit of 28 to the man with the great smile, the high cheekbones, the well-dressed, the fantastic shoes. That's a beautiful watch. Is that a Rolex, by the way? We're looking for a bit of 28. Looking for a bit of 28. We're at 26 to the lady in the second row. Any further advance online or to this handsome gentleman who hasn't broken eye contact yet, which means he still wants it. Looking for a bit of 28. We're at 26 to the lady in the front. Looking for a bit of 28 now. Going once. We're at 2,600 to the lady in the front with a value of 4,000. We're only looking for 28. We have it online? We have a $2,800 bid online? We do have 28 online. Looking for 3 now. It's a nice round number. There's no way they're going to bid again at 32. If you bid at 3,000, you're going to win. Looking for a bid? I can't promise anything, but I just see this enough. There we have it, 3,000 online already. Looking for a bid of 32 now. 32, the lady is bid in person. She sees value where it is. There is a new Marvel movie coming out. Looking for a bid. We're at 32 to the lady, looking for a bit of 34. Put it a bit of 34 now. Anyone at 34? The lady's in at 32. Looking for a bit of 34. Staring daggers at me. We're at 32. Like I control who's bidding. Looking for a bit of 34. Put it a bit of 34. Looking for a bit of 34. Anybody at 34? Looking for a bit of 34. The only difference between you and I is that you're sitting and I'm standing. We're both looking pretty. Looking for a bid. We have 34 online. Looking for a bit of now 36. Need a bit of 36. Looking for a bit of 36. Back to you. 36 divided by 6. That's how much each piece is worth. You do the math. I think that's about 900. Looking for a bid of 36. Looking for a bit of 36. It comes with a free cup of tea. Looking for a bit of 36. We're at 34 online. Any further advance to 36? Looking for a bit of 36. We're at 3,400 online, looking for a bit of 36 to these beautiful pieces. Again, that he's sold out. 36, welcome back in. What changed your mind? Was it my wonderful suit or devious smile? My sparkle. Thank you. Flattery, it works. 36 to the lady, looking for a bit of 38. You wouldn't do 28. Would you do 38, sir? Looking for a bit of 38. Looking for a bit of 38 now. Any interest at 38? Looking for a bit of 38. We're at 36 live and in person here in the gallery. Looking for a bit of 38. Looking for a bit of 38. A bit of 38. Looking for a bit of 38. You got to be really cool at this hour to wear sunglasses. You must do something right. Looking for a bid. I like your style. Looking for a bid of, we're at 36 to the lady in the second row. Going once now. Hurry up and get yourself in the lead at 3,800. Going twice. This is your fair and final warning. Last chance. Going 3 times. We are at 3,600 to the lady in the second row. Looking for a bid of 38. Hurry up and get your bids in now. Not worth waiting. If you don't win this Avenger series, we're just going to give you a hand-drawn sketch of Aquaman. Looking for a bid of 38. Last chance final offer. We're at 36, and I have sold it your way for $3,600. Your bid number one more time, my dear, to verify. Bidder 262. Bidder 262. Congratulations. That'll be available for pickup in May of 2023. Just kidding. Again, I believe we already showed this video before, or did we, of the Sandra Burr? Okay, fantastic. I can describe this next item, but again, turn your attention to the screens and join us in watching this short video featuring our final live auction item piece.
I just need someone in my life to give it structure, to handle all the selfish ways I'd spend my time without her. You're everything I want, but I can't deal with all your lovers. You're saying I'm the one, but it's your actions that speak louder. Giving me love and you are down and need another. I've gotta get away and let you go. I've gotta get over.
Sandow and I have collaborated on different projects, whether it's a print project or a public art project, or we did a movie together.
I would say we work together pretty well. We have different strengths, I think. I don't know how to make anything in ceramic, so if it involves ceramics, then she has to do that part.
I do different things. I also still work on paper and make paintings, but I tend to always go back to ceramics. And I think it's working in 3D, and I always found that the material itself is really fascinating. I love the history that, you know, it's something that as humans we found digging in the dirt and know, you know, our oldest civilizations by the pottery shards that I've left behind, so that's really fascinating.
So please let me go, but I love you so.
I was an artist in residence at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Being in D.C., I was really interested in all the politics that were going on, and then I was interested historically in the work of Thomas Nast, the American political cartoonist from the 1800s. He's sort of the guy that invented the Uncle Sam character. While I was there at the Smithsonian, they had drawers and drawers of his sketchbooks and his drawings and his prints that he did, and so I was able to look at those, and they were really inspiring.
So this piece represents an expression of contemporary women. I Am a Woman, it's called, and it's based on a civil rights poster. I Am a Man. It has a lot of personal meaning, words that I've heard personally, texts that I've put in it. It's daily life. A lot of the words and text come from personal experience. The idea of using the blue and white is intentional. It's sort of familiar to most people, even if they don't understand why. Like it's just so common around the globe and culturally and everything. When you first approach, maybe it's familiar or beautiful, and then as you get closer and you kind of see and read into it a little bit more, that my hope is there's like this shift that can happen. So intentionally, yeah, I play with that. So that tension between beautiful and vile, or funny and sad, or heartbreaking, like those sort of things. I like to have that contrast within a piece, in every piece, really.
Yeah, well, we've done 2 big woodblock print projects, working with a printer named Paul Maloney, who we came up with the idea of what the images should be, or what we wanted to do, and then he said, well, we should do them as woodblocks. They started as small drawings that were then blown up really big on like a copy machine, and then he would glue them onto birch plywood, and then we would carve through the paper and through into the wood. And then when we're all done carving, he uses water to remove all the paper and lets it dry, and then we have a carved woodblock to print with. Yeah, we have 2 murals over there on 5th Street, The Discovery of Long Beach. It's a fictional scene. It's sort of a spoof of history, but it's like a whole group of explorers on horseback, like riding over a hill, and they see down below, they see like all of Long Beach as it is with the buildings and
like the pyramid and.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Sando and I, as you know, we're partners in life, and sometimes we collaborate in work and art as well. And sometimes those lines sort of blur. So if we're at home and we're talking about the news or politics, we're frustrated about something, and which is somewhat how the big woodblock print came about.
The American Procession Project came about for a way to make a commentary on politics in the United States, but in a way that was subtle, that was more thought-provoking, rather than just make an artwork that says, this is what I believe, and this is the only thing. So
notice, you have approximately 8 minutes left to bid on all of the wonderful items in tonight's silent auction online. So I hope if you're not bidding on this live piece, you have already texted or are already bidding by texting the number 63665. That's the number you text to, and you text the phrase G1573. Again, you text 63665 as the number, and you text the phrase G1573 to place your bids in the remaining 7 minutes of tonight's silent auction. The final piece that was featured in this video will take home this beautiful 12 by 18 inch letterpress print entitled Urban Alphabet by Sando Burke, Los Angeles artist, graduate of the Otis Parsons Institute, whose work has dealt in contemporary life in its entirety. Past themes have included inner city violence, graffiti, various political issues, war, prison, surfing, skateboarding. He is the recipient of many awards, including the Guggenheim Fellowship and the Fulbright Scholarship to Brazil. Recent projects have dealt with war and Constitution, the Holy Quran, and in his own words about this piece, I have small kids. And when we were decorating their bedroom, we looked for an alphabet chart. I started wondering, while the charts use exotic and foreign objects for each letter. E is for elephant, Z is for zebra, and I thought, my city kids don't know what a zebra is, except for seeing them at the zoo. Why not use things they're more familiar with, like city things? So when I had the opportunity to do a print project with Aardvark Press in downtown LA, I came up with an alphabet of stuff to see around the city for the urban alphabet. C is for cop, D is for dumpster, Q is for drag queen. Now my kids' room decorations describe the world they live in. Sandow is represented by Catherine Clark Gallery in San Francisco, Track 16 Gallery in Los Angeles, and Copland de Rio Gallery in Seattle. This is our final live auction piece. We have a current bid of $350, looking for a bid of $400. Any interest at $400? Put a bid of $4, looking for a bid of $4. Anybody at $4, looking for a bid of $400? $350 is the bid. Any further advanced to $400? Bring the intensity on the lights down just a tad, please. Looking for a bid of $4. Put a bid of $4. Thank you. Looking for a bid of $4. Anybody at $4, looking for a bid of $4. $400 in the gallery. Thank you. Looking for a bid of $450. $450 is the bid we're looking for. We're at $400 to the handsome gentleman. Staying warm by bidding. That's the easiest way to stay warm. Bid. Looking for a bid of $450. We're at $400. Looking for $450. $400 in the gallery. Any further advance of $450 going once? Looking for a bid of $450. Hurry up and place your bids online. Going twice. We're at $400 to the handsome gentleman in the gallery. Looking for a bid of $450. Heard a bid of $450 now. Going for a third and final time. We're at $400 to the Arctic blonde gentleman sitting in the back. Looking for a bid of $450. We're at $400. Going once. Looking for a bid of $450. Going twice. Fair warning. Looking for a bid of $450. Sold it your way, sir, at $400. Once again, to bidder number 284. Bidder 284 at $400. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this moment, if I may have your kind attention, whether you've been bidding or not, this is the most unifying and vital portion of our event, make no mistake. This is the reason we are here, and this is where community and culture are fostered. Artwork is one of the most immediate and beautiful ways in which a human being can share with another what it truly means to be human. Its art form is the only institution which has been surviving for thousands of years and has never succumbed because of dedicated and devout people such as yourselves. You keep it alive and hold that which you believe to be the cornerstone of our community and culture worthy not only of preservation, but to remain in a state of constant blossom. It's been said that art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life, and that is why we are here. And let's be honest with ourselves. We have no illusions about the stark reality of our world, and the only thing to counterbalance all that harshness, the only thing to keep it all in perspective, the only thing to hold up a mirror to our triumphs, our fears, our love, our peril, and our society and our lives is the art that we create. Now, traditionally, we have asked for your support for the ongoing and much-needed help in purchasing art supplies and transportation for the museum's award-winning Kids Vision Arts program with the Long Beach Unified School District. Now, moving forward, it's critical and vital on many levels for the museum to re-examine their access to classroom, both virtual and in person. As we all know, the past year has promoted us to all pivot through unpredictable challenges. Through re-examining the needs for students, it is clear that the need is to design a new approach and broader access to the classroom, and the goal of bringing the students to campus is still at the forefront. This is a large undertaking that requires additional support, and your generosity will allow us to purchase state-of-the-art interactive audiovisual screens for multidisciplinary interaction in the classroom. This will, with new technology, making it accessible for students, and will allow LBMA to develop and expand their reach to lower grades. Now, this event in itself is evidence of the necessity for innovation. And there is that special bond that ties us together, not just as pillars of the community, but as art appreciators as well, and therefore we should never doubt, not for one small second, that a caring community such as Long Beach can change things for the better, because oftentimes it's the people of a community that change a community. So I hope that when you hear a level of generosity that inspires you to give at any amount that is meaningful for you, to simply raise your bid card or give online at any amount that is meaningful for you, to create a whole new generation of stewards of arts and culture. Keep in mind with this, this is not about the power of a donation. This is about the power of a decision. And in this moment, your decision equals destiny for the young people of this community that are counting on you. So I like to dream big, and I like to aim high, and I'd like to see if there is a leader among us here today, online or in person, who would be so kind and so generous to raise a bid card in the amount of $5,000 to donate to LBMA. And I'll make you a promise. Nobody in the history of this world ever became poor from giving. And you make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give. And as an incentive, you become a Millbank Philanthropic Circle member for 1 full year with all sorts of added perks and attributes. Would anyone be so kind and so generous to give at the $5,000 level out of nothing more than the kindness of their heart to support the wonderful institution that is the Long Beach Museum of Art and our interdisciplinary evolution into the virtual world of education, into lower grades, and to expand our reach of culture and arts and influence? Who would be so kind at the $5,000 level? Perhaps there's two people who would be... Oh, there's a $5,000 donation from bidder 284. God bless you, sir. That's absolutely beautiful. Feels good to give, doesn't it? Yes, it does. $5,000 from 284. Thank you so very much. Give him a round of applause if you're at home or here. Thank you so very much. Anybody want to join this handsome young gentleman at the $5,000 level? Perhaps there is two people who would be so kind and so generous to raise a bid card in the amount of $2,500 to match this gentleman's generosity. This provides you with a President's Circle LBMA membership for 1 year as well. Would anyone be so kind and so generous to give at $2,500? Would anyone feel it at bidder 306? Thank you so very much, sir, giving at the $2,500 level. Is anyone else interested in giving at $2,500? That is only 3 trips to Whole Foods. Anyone at 25? Would anyone else like to give at the $2,500 level? Give a big round of applause to that tall drink of water in the back at 306. Thank you so very much, sir. I wonder. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Okay. Would anyone be so kind and so generous to raise their bid cards and give in the amount of $1,500 to become a Collector's Circle LBMA membership for 1 year? Anyone at $1,500 looking for a bid, or a donation, I should say, of $1,500? Do I have any interest of anyone being so kind and so generous to give in the amount of $1,500 to expand our virtual education. Looking for anyone at $1,500. Perhaps there would be someone so kind and so generous to give at the $1,000 level to support our initiatives and program. Who would be so kind and so generous to give at just $1,500? Or excuse me, $1,000. Who would be so kind to give at just $1,000? Anyone perhaps to the side or in the front? Looking for anyone to be so kind and so generous to give at $1,000. Perhaps there's 4 people who would be so kind and so generous to give at the $500 level. Would anyone feel like donating $500 to support LBMA? Looking for a donation of $500. Would anyone be so kind at just $100 level? Looking for any donation at $500. Perhaps at $300. Would there be anyone so kind to give? Thank you to bidder 333, giving at $300. Luckily, I can read those numbers upside down. Would anyone else feel so kind and so generous to donate at just $300 to support our education initiatives? Looking for anyone at $300? Okay, I'd say there's a handful of people here. What if everyone gave at this next level? We can probably raise somewhere in the tune of $5,000 if everyone chooses to do the right thing right here and right now. Whether you've given already or you haven't given yet, or you've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to give or give again, and give in the amount of just $100. If you can, you should. Why not? Let's say thank you to bidder 262 at $100. Say thank you to bidder 136 at just $100. Thank you so very much. Would anyone at this wonderful table of ladies care to give at $100? It's only $100. It will grow back. You can buy your groceries every day. You can pay your bills every day. You can still get a cappuccino every day. And if you can give $100, you can. Give as much to the museum as you would hope someone would give to you if you were the one in need. Who would be so kind at the $100? Would anyone be so kind to give at the $100 level? It feels good to give, I promise you. And if there was a number that I didn't say or that we didn't call out tonight, or if it had a few too many zeros behind it, or conversely, if there wasn't a number that didn't have enough zeros behind it at all, we want you to know that everything and every amount, large or small, goes to continue to support the incredible work that's going on right here as we continue to reopen and rebuild. If you did not raise your paddle at all or give virtually, please consider doing so up until Wednesday at 8 p.m. using the Silent Auction Pro system. You can also go to lbma.org/donate as well. I thank you so much for bidding in our silent and live auction item. Thank you for making Long Beach the kind of city that the world aspires to be because of your efforts tonight. My name was Zachary Crone. In honor of Ms. Stefani, of Mr. Nelson, and all the wonderful team here that put on this fantastic event, I thank you. It was an honor serving you once again. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the music, followed by another special message from Mr. Ron Nelson. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to call my wife so I can come home with you and make sure it's okay with her. Thank you so very much, friends and loved ones. We'll see you again real soon.
We've lost so many auctioneers this way. Marsha. Fine. That's not what they said. So, I want to thank you all for being here. And we're still, some bidding is still available inside. And we're going to be closing it all out soon. So if there's something you want, get back in there, do it. And Art Auction 19 is going to be coming to a close in the next hour. So thank you very much. Or actually, no, sooner than that. But we're here, and we're really ready to take your bids. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everybody at home, for joining us. We'll see you again. Bye.